So yeah, we've got a big storm coming in. It's supposed to be snowing all day. It's been snowing for about 3 hours at least. So I thought I would come and do a walk. So I'm going to go for about 10 miles. Okay, so just up behind a hedge, because my phone battery has just gone flat. Now I had 40% and I haven't even walked a mile, so obviously the cold is affecting my phone. Now I need to have a phone, so I'll stick it on the power bank and hopefully we'll be able to hear something. Hear something? My Bluetooth headphones will work, that's what I mean. Gotta have you tuned while you're walking, because it's boring otherwise. Right, so I'm going to stick these on charge. Ooh. Blowing a hooligan. How compacted that is. The wind is blowing across the field and building up here. Whee! That's knee deep already. So in theory, I could dig that out a little bit and make myself a little shelter from the snow. Not quite deep enough so I could build like a coffin shelter. Not quite deep enough to crawl into yet. But those kind of windswept areas is what you're looking for deeper snow. You see how the wind has affected it. Because we had so much rain last night, it's still very slippery underneath, so the ground hasn't frozen. Right, so here's where I did my little swim a few weeks back, and since then they've drained this lake. We're now at St Ozy. Tide's out, there's the mud flats. That's snow on here. Snow's actually easing up, it hasn't actually stopped, it is easing up quite a lot. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I don't know. But it is so wet underfoot, especially when it's covered in snow. You don't really know what you're going to tread in. Can't go around that. Well, I've had a nice chat with a few people. It's been really nice just to see other humans. Now I've got a two-man survival bothy in my bag, so I've never had it up in anger before. So I'm going to give the survival bothy a go. I've got a flask full of soup. So I messed up really. I thought I had 2 tomato soups, but I had so I've got cream of chicken and tomato soup together with a little pinch of chilli just to warm it up. Okay, so what we got? Trekmate storm shelter. Now, I've used Trekmate stuff before. and generally I think it's pretty crap. So their waterproofs aren't waterproof. Their bivvy bags make you sweat because they're too waterproof. They say they're breathable, but they're not. So first of all, the bag doesn't attach to the bivvy, the bothy. So that's a stupid idea, isn't it? So I'll have to remedy that. So we've got a little window in it. This might actually be alright. So I'm going to get my bag and put that one end. How that's supposed to be a two-man, I don't really know. Let's do that. So the idea is you chuck it over your head and then sit down. Like you say, emergency bothy. I ain't gonna bother. Nice idea, but so I've got an 8-man one that I use when I'm out in the mountains. So I'll carry that and I'll get the kids to carry something else. But this one was given to me. And I might give it back. See if my soup's still hot. Looks like baby poo. Oh, I definitely overdid it on the chilli. Woohoo! Cream of chicken tomato chilli soup. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's actually decent. But considering I washed this out with boiling water, it's not actually that hot. It was made with boiling water probably, I don't know, not even 2 hours ago. So that's not so great. I'll have to make like a neoprene cover for it or something. But it's warm enough, and that's all that matters. Oh. Yeah, it's really nice thick soup. Don't know if you can see. I'm not going to tip it out because it will tip on the floor. Let's tip you. Look, soupy goodness. Soupy goodness. Wow, watch YouTube videos of someone drinking soup, how exciting. Wild Ginger Bruce and the extreme soup video. So, Lowe Alpine backpack. So this is a 32 litre, I think. Yep, 32 cent peak backpack, which is okay. Hasn't got the drink pockets in the side because it's more of a climbing pack. So you clip your rope down each side. But nice and light, right? And Lowe Alpine, very nice gear. So Sports Pursuit, if you don't go on Sports Pursuit, you should. but you do need to register. It's a bit of a faff. You can't really share links to deals. Anyway, they had a deal on Lowe Alpine stuff a little while ago. I got this for 29 quid. I got the 40 litre for about 40 quid. And then I got the 60 litre, which is 65 to 70 litre, which was about 44 quid. So that's three very nice rucksacks for just over 100 quid. Now you could spend 130 quid on a Osprey backpack. These gloves I've got are leather Wedgie gloves, is that how you pronounce that? So these are from Decathlon. I got these for winter skills a couple of years ago. If anything, they're a bit small. Now generally my hands are about a size 10, so I got the size 10 gloves, but when your hands are cold they are proper hard to get on because obviously you lose movement in your fingers. So I would go for an extra large, so 11 to 12 possibly. Something you can just, without moving your fingers at all, just put on. Or go for mittens. Mittens are all right, but then you do lose the dexterity. But you've got a bite ring on there, so you can get them off. You got that, and then you've got the bungee bit that I haven't put on. But these are brilliant. Just that alone is well worth the money. So if you're up a mountain, you take your glove off and you drop it and it blows away, you are snookered. Unless you got another pair. But like, are you going to carry two pairs of really nice gloves? No, probably. You'll have a crappy pair with you. So yeah, so things like that belt and braces is really, really helpful. And they've got an adjustable gasket so you don't get snow going down your wrist as well. Anyway, wool and alpaca hat on. So love this hat, super warm, and also stays warm because wool retains 60 or 80% of its thermal efficiency when it's wet. So even when it's wet, nice toasty warm hat, so that's decent, isn't it? Right, it's got to climb over this fence here. This is a bit tricky because there's barbed wire and mud and snow and hawthorn bushes, so yeah, all that good stuff. Here's where Bruce breaks his neck. There you go. So wild edibles wise, we've got some rose hips, so source of vitamin C, and a wild edible. Just don't eat the pips in the middle. And we've got some hawthorn berries. Tastes like mushy apple, but it's food. So we just come all the way across that field. You can see where the power lines go, I don't know if you can. GoPro see the world differently. So now I'm going to head round this woodland, which I would love to have a permission on, but there's actually a house in the middle of there, which is a real shame. And there's big herds of deer, and they do a lot of shooting of deer, so it's not even worth doing a sneaky camp in there because you're more likely to get shot. But what do you give to do a camp in there? Hammock camp in that kind of snow. Imagine that. It would be so nice. But we're not allowed to because Boris won't let us. which is totally fair enough, but these are like, I don't know, once every 5 years if you're lucky to get this kind of snow where we are, especially on the coast. Yeah, absolutely kills me that I'm not out camping in it, but it's like the ultimate test of skills and test of your equipment as well. Yeah, so we're looking there, we've got our nice little thermos of soup which I've now finished, my bag of warm stuff, so I've got a down coat in there, more layers, more gloves, and that's that silly boppy thing. And then my big camera is there, but I'm just going to stay with the GoPro because there's no point getting it wet. And there's my mittens there, and I've just upgraded to a merino underneath this, and this thicker snood thing, because I'm going to be walking straight into the wind, so good times. Right, so while we're sitting here, where are we? Yeah, so we've come across from Clacton, across here, to St Osyth, then we walked around the lake, then we walked all the way around the edge here, around the back of the priory, back onto the footpath down there, then down the road for a bit, and then we've taken the footpath up here, and we're currently at Riddleswood, and we're going to go up here, take that to the road, come back along here, hit this path all the way down here past the wind farm, and then we'll make our way back into Clacton. So still a long way to go, so what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about another 7 or 8k. Snowballs. So the Velcro won't do up on the bottom of my trousers now, but they're just so full up with snow. So in a second there's going to be another win for the amazing Wellington boots. I'll put a link in the description for these boots because they are pretty decent. But see how badly flooded that is, and that is the only way through without ducking and diving over barbed wire fences. So here's where I break my neck climbing over a stile. I'm too busy concentrating on you muppets. Don't come over my boot, don't come over my boot. That was a bit of fun. Right, here we go again. But no ice on the water at all. It shows you how warm it is, doesn't it? Although the snow is stuck to the trees quite nicely, everything is just soggy and wet and slushy under the surface. It's been very difficult. I've actually fallen over a couple of times just from it being really slippery underneath the snow. Awesome. That's the worst of it. You guys saw it, I put a video on Instagram when it was really frosty the other week, and there was a big lump of ice that had flown off the blades of the wind farm. Now I'm just coming up to the wind farm now, so hopefully I don't get hit on the head with a big lump of ice and die, or get hit on the head by a big lump of ice and don't die, because that would probably be worse. We can see the snow building up on that leading edge. That's basically saying cold conditions, ice may fall, and proceed with caution. It will probably be mostly fine. Right, if it's going to kill me, it'll kill me now. Right. I'm all good. Well, that was close, wasn't it? You can definitely see where stuff has been falling off of it. On that inner blade. And if you want to hit that bell notification, I made it, I'm alive. No guys, if you can like and share and subscribe and all that malarkey, that'd be really helpful, really